Q&A, and I saw from the chat there are quite a number of chat messages, 26. So I think the reason why there are many chats like this is because a lot of people in where we live have a lot of health issues that our products or ourselves need to advise our neighbors, our friends, our customers on what to do. So the session I want to discuss with you this afternoon is very simple thing. One, how to do a one-on-one presentation, and then built on that is how to have good friendship in your team, or even in your customers or your prospects. When you last, I think in the first training session we had was about goal setting. That is goal setting for the month and for the year. And then we went to the basics. How do you do the basics? The basic things, writing a name list, contacting people, inviting them to look at the business, presenting the business, then doing a follow-up. Then we did a session on building a structure, correct structure to succeed in the business. And last week, I think we dealt with how to retail products. Today, I want to talk to you about presenting the business. More specifically, how to do a one-on-one presentation. A few things to note. Remember, the goal is for us to educate our prospects. The goal is not to dazzle our prospects with what we know. Because sometimes when you tell give your prospects too much information, it makes it difficult for them to make a decision. Two, they begin to think that for them to succeed in our business, they need to know how much you know, which is what makes our business slow down. So the goal of our presenting the business is to educate our prospects and our customers. The second item I wanted to share with you is this. Remember, you are the messenger. You are not the message. Your goal is to share what you know about the business and what it has done for you, but guide your prospect to look at the products and the business plan. So remember, you're not the messenger, you're the messenger, not the message. But having said that, it's very important that actually when you meet your prospect on one-on-one, you've made the appointment, you're going to meet your prospect, make sure that your prospect is comfortable talking to you. The prospect must say in their mind, this is a good person I'd like to do business with. The third thing about one-on-one is use tools as much as possible. What does that mean? It means avoid going into a lot of detail about our business. And the way to do that is when you're going to meet your prospect on a one-on-one, make sure you carry quite a number of tools. Product catalog, a lifestyle magazine, maybe a CD or a DVD or whatever it is, something that the prospect can go and look at. The one-on-one should not take more than 10 to 15 minutes. And the reason for that is this. If you meet a prospect, you spend an hour or an hour and a half trying to explain the business to them, what do you think is going through the mind of the prospect? The prospect is likely to conclude that for me to be able to show others the business, I need to spend 1.5 hours with each prospect. And that is what discourages a lot of prospects. Remember that even when you're prospecting, you're training people how the business works. If you spend too much time, the prospect thinks that you spend too much time. If you are late for the meeting, the prospect doesn't take you seriously. So don't spend more than 10 to 15 minutes doing the one-on-one. And then another very important thing about the one-on-one is this. Ask questions about their dreams and goals. Why is that important? Remember, people want to join this business for a reason. The question is, what is that reason? What is their goal for wanting to join the business? They must find their why to join the business. When Betty and I started, our why was very simple, to make an extra $200 a month. That would be able to supplement my salary, and I was happy with it. So, what is your reason for joining? In fact, the health issue came only later When we discovered the power of the products, we put our whole family on the products. Everybody, especially Felix, our son who's got sickle cell. So the reason for our joining was specifically money at the beginning. It became other things also. So ask questions like this. So and so, would it be worthwhile for you to spend, or a question that I could suggest you ask your prospects. What income level would it make it worthwhile for you to have a look at this business, to start this business? When you ask that question, they begin to think, okay, if I'm earning an extra $500 a month or $1,000 a month, I'd be very happy. Next question you need to ask, let me say the prospect says, I think $1,000 a month would make it worthwhile for me to have a go at the business. Next question. How much per week? How many hours per week would you be able to put aside to make sure you earn $1,000? It's very important that you don't impose a goal on their prospect. Ask them the question, how much money would it make it worth your while to start the business? If you say $1,000, let me say they even say 500. Next question, how much time are you willing to put to make sure you earn $500 a month? Those two questions are very important because two things that most people find as an excuse for not doing the business. One, they don't have time. Two, they don't have money. So if you ask them that question, how much would it make it worthwhile for you to join? They'll give you a figure. Next question, how much time would it make it worthwhile for you to earn up? Let me say if they say $500. Why is that question important? Because all of us have 24 hours a day. We sleep 8 to 9 hours, even 7 to 8 hours. We spend time to go to work or to do our business, spend time with the family. The question is it feasible for you to allocate 1 or 2 hours a day to make sure that in 3, 4, 5, or 6 months you're earning $500 a month or $1,000 a month? That question is important. Then they begin to prioritize what is important in their lives. And then the thing you need to do once you've asked them these questions, then go to and present the business idea. And the business idea should be simply this. Let me say your prospect is called Juma or Kamau or John, whatever it is. Say, John, our business is very simple. We are partnered with a company called Neolife who manufacture a range of products, health supplements, skincare, cleaning products. So our job is we move these products from the company to different product users. That's all we do. That is the simplicity of our business. And how do we do this? We speak to people the way I'm speaking to you. And that means if you spend only 10 to 15 minutes, they'll say, okay, I can also spend 10 to 15 minutes talking to somebody else about these products. So that is what our business is. We move products from Neolife to different users, but I also use the products myself. And then you tell your story. Why is telling your story very important? One, because you gain emotional connection with your prospect. Number two, the prospects will make a conclusion in their mind that if Pascal can do this thing, I think I can also do it. Number three, one of the most powerful tools for passing lessons is stories. If you look at any speaker, any teacher, anybody who is a great leader, they are very good at telling stories. So, what are the four parts of telling a story? Step number one, what you did before you joined Neolife. Step number two, how you came to join Neolife. Step number three, what benefits have you received or got from Neolife, either the product side or the income side. And number four, how does the future look like? That's a very simple way to tell your story. 4 parts, it does not take 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, for example, if I meet a prospect and telling my story, John, when Betty and I came to South Africa, I had a full-time job with a consulting company. And I remember my first check when we came to South Africa, 33% of my income went to tax, and I got very frustrated. And I told Betty that maybe we need to look for something else to do. Betty also couldn't get a job. And I remember one day she said, I've looked for a job long enough, let the job come and find me. 2 weeks after that, a friend of ours called her and she went for a presentation. She came and explained it to me. It took us, I think, 2 or 3 days to decide. That's how we came to join the business. But we didn't have money to start. So what I did, I wrote a check and called my bank manager and asked him to honor the check. At that time, it was 426 Rand. And my bank manager said, how could you do that? I said, no, it's only 426 Rand. Of course, he laughed. And that's how we started the business. Our first check was $3. After 7 months of hard work, our income reached $1,000. That's when I took it very seriously. We worked very hard. After 3 years, what we were earning from the business was 3 times my income, and I resigned my job on the 27th September 1999. And we've had tremendous, in fact, apart from just the money, the benefits, the health benefit, especially for our son Felix, it enabled him to actually go to school and finish, go to university and finish. Now he works with the bank. That is the exciting things we've achieved in the business. And for me, the future looks so bright, you need sunglasses to see the future. That is how you tell your story. Very quick, very brief, but if it's divided in those four sections, it becomes very powerful. It's easy for you to connect with your prospect. And one of the things you need to aim to do in this business is to make your prospect your friend. And that leads me to the next topic, friendship. What is friendship? Friendship is a relationship between two people who have a common concern, they have mutual interest, but also they have integrity of soul. That is what friendship is. And if you want your business to be very successful, if you want your business to be enjoyable, if you want the people in your team to enjoy their business, make sure you're the kind of person that would say you're a good friend. Ask yourself, would you like to be a friend to yourself? Okay? A few things about friendship and loyalty. Truth in what we say is called sincerity. That is saying things as they are. Truth in what we think is called a clear conscience. That means we always think the correct things. We think about the truth. Truth in what we do is called loyalty. Those two things are very important for friendship. Action is the antidote to despair, but action is also a prescription for success. So a very key thing about our business is action. And one of the things that is important for action, that the thing that keeps our business together is friendship. You need to have loyalty to your goals, set your goals and keep to them, loyalty to your family, loyalty to your team, and loyalty to new life. If you have these things, you're building a good foundation for friendship. Friendship has three things that you need to put in your business or in your life. One, common concern. It means you're concerned about the same things. For example, you're concerned that you need to bring good health to your neighbors and your friends. You're concerned that when you meet people, they see the health you have and the joy you have in your heart and mind. Two, mutual interest. Mutual interest simply means you're interested in the same things. Okay? It's very difficult to build friendship if you don't have the same interest. I've got a friend of mine, he's an avid Arsenal supporter. So whenever Arsenal is playing, I check the result and I send him a message. I'm telling to tell him that I think you're very happy today. You can sleep well. Whenever they lose, I send him, sorry, another day. So we need to have a mutual interest. What is our mutual interest? Football. Then if you don't have this, the first two don't make sense. Virtue. Virtues is simply the integrity of the soul. Virtue means a good habit. If you have this, you're going to make good friends with people. Okay? Some of the attractive attributes of friendship, authenticity is the most attractive attribute. I was listening to a presentation the other day, and he was talking about the habit that creates the most attractive vibration in the soul. And the top of it is authenticity. That means what we do and what we say and what we think all match. And that people are attracted to us because of the goodness we have in our soul. Another good attribute is love. Love is not a feeling, love is a choice. It resides in the will, wanting the good of another. Another one is gratitude, being thankful for what we have. Sincerity, patience, faith. These are very important attributes for our business because these are the attributes that attract people to ourselves. And remember, you attract to yourself the person you have become. That's very important. If you want high level of success, if you want hardworking people, make sure you inculcate that habit in yourself. The attributes which are repulsive to people, jealousy, envy, resentment, anger, pride, which is self-centeredness, these attributes do not attract people. In fact, they repel people from you. So these are very simple things that we can inculcate in our business, in ourselves, and the more we can inculcate the attractive attributes, the more we attract the right people into our business. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you very much for spending this evening with Betty and myself, and we hope what we have shared with you will help you grow your business to the next level. So, good night and God bless.